I had to pay 200 and something US. I just hear 200 and me just start ball. I want to just start coming on my face. I'm like, miss, I'm poor, I'm poor, I'm poor. I don't have no money. I came in this country to work some money. I don't have any money. In today's video, I'll be talking about the time I missed my flight. I'm going to ball on a place to get a free flight. Just call it what it is. They mention money to me and I just start crying. I just started crying. So yeah guys, if that's something you're interested in hearing, just stick along and watch the video. Thank you so much, and don't hesitate to click the like button, comment and subscribe. So story time. Sit down and listen a little. Story time. Sit down for a little. Story time. That was very much impromptu. I don't know where that come from, but I'm gonna let that stay in there. Yeah, let it stay in there. So this all took place in 2015, so in my third year of university. So I was doing work and travel. So for those of you that don't know, work and travel is a program that allows university and college students to go overseas, mainly America. It's available for Australia and other countries as well, but for us it was only available for America. So it just allows us to go overseas, work a bit of money, travel the country and get some life experiences. So I did that in my third year. Truth be told, I wanted to do it from ever since I knew I was going to college, but girl, broke on proper eyes, I didn't have no money whatsoever. So I wasn't able to afford like the program fee, because I think back then the program fee was like 1,400 US, and then on top of that now you'd have to find your plane fare. So God, could barely like afford to go to university, much less on top of that like paying for a program. But by the grace of God, like some way somehow it worked out in the third year. I bagged my belly, like every little extra money I had, it went towards saving for this. And then I think, yeah, I did get some money from my grandmother as well. Like, not get, I did borrow money from my grandmother to go on the program, so she helped me out a lot. And then in regards to like the plane fare now, I didn't have no money left back. I didn't have no one else to bother and anything like that, so my husband stepped in. At that time, he was my boyfriend, so yeah, he stepped in and bought my ticket. So really appreciated of that. So yeah, so with the work and travel, like everyone is able to select where they wanted to go and stuff like that. But at the time, as I said, I didn't have the money, so like it was a situation like first come first serve. So the earlier you're able to like register with the company that you want to do this, the better options. Yeah, you understand, like you'll be able to select the better options. So when I did it, it was like in the second semester, because I signed up in the second semester. Most persons as school open, they'll register back for work and travel as September come. But I didn't have no money, so you know, when I did register, when I end up registering, like I'm left with the flaw. Yeah, there was nothing good left back. So that's how I ended up going Billings, Montana. So if you don't know, Billings, Montana, that's like rural America. Like when we went there, we were literally the only black persons there. So like no black in sight, and like if you see black persons, it's like they're coming from some other state, they're just driving through. So yeah, I did that in my third year, and I was placed in Holiday Inn to do housekeeping. So you know, we go on that program just to make a bit of US dollars, because you know the exchange rate in Jamaica is really good for US dollars. So I think at the moment it's $150, but back then it was like $112. So imagine if you make $1,000 US, you're going back home with 100 and something thousand dollars, and like being a broke college student, that's like ching 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 ching, your pocket happy. So yeah, I did that. But in regards to like staying, like accommodation and stuff like that, we were placed on the hotel premises. So we were placed at literally the last block on the hotel. So like all the international students like had one entire floor to themselves, and we just stayed and worked on the same property. And at the same time, we also did additional jobs. So I was working at the gas station that was nearby, and I did take up a third job working at Popeyes, but that's a whole nother story. Like I couldn't manage it, so I literally quit after 1 day of work. Anyways, so yeah, we were doing that, and whilst we're staying on the hotel premises, we also had access to all the hotel facilities. So we were also able to use the hotel chauffeur. So frugal babe and all, you know, we ring that 24/7. So if we wanted to go to Walmart, if we wanted to go to the mall, anywhere we wanted to go, we call it, oh Tyler, is Tyler available? And literally we would sit down and wait for him to be available. We weren't taking no bus. No lies, I did take the bus one time, but that's because I just wanted to go around and explore on my own. Yeah, so I did take the bus one time, but like we weren't taking no taxi or not like that. We'd sit and literally wait on Tyler. So I was there from June until the first week of September. So given that we were using the chauffeur 24/7 to go everywhere, you don't know, more than likely when it's time to go home, I'm going to use the chauffeur system again. But like, I don't know, I messed up because the day I was supposed to go home now, like, me take my enough self and I went to the mall, like buying some more stuff. I returned a few items because, like, you know, you're in a rush and all of that, like you don't have that much time off. So I just buy, and like when I went back to the hotel now, I would try them on. So I had to bring back some stuff to exchange. And then I just bought a new phone, and the phone came the day before. So I went to the mall as well to get a phone case. So up and down, yeah, Tyler dropped me off. And then when it was time to go back now, he came back and picked me up. That was alright. That's alright, that good. Tell me why now, when I went back up to the hotel room to bring my bags down, so Tyler can bring me to the airport, there's no Tyler. Man gone. We just had this conversation, say like, yeah, just go and get your stuff and I'll wait on you. When I come back down, the man is gone. Like, I'm asking everyone like, oh, have you seen him? Have you seen him? No. So I was there calm. I just there relaxing, because I'm thinking like, around that time it was like 11 o'clock and my flight was at 1. So I'm thinking like, yeah, by 12, 11:30 thereabouts I can leave. So I went up to my friend's room because she was like still working, so she was there cleaning and stuff like that. So we're there chilling, like I was saying our last goodbye and all of that, because I don't know when I would see her again, because like up to this day we're still friends, but I don't know what the situation would have been when we finally went back to Jamaica. So we're there chit-chatting for a bit and all of that, and up to now, no Tyler. And cheap me, frugal babe, like it didn't occur to me like Danela call a taxi or anything like that. I was just waiting, just there waiting patiently. And then I think like 12 o'clock, the hotel called me. The front desk called me and said like, yeah, Tyler is back now. So it was like, yeah, it's alright, because it was like a 15 minutes drive to the airport. So went to the airport. I wasn't even thinking like, oh, I'm going to miss my flight or anything like that. I'm thinking like, yeah, from once I get there before the flight time, it should be alright. Tell me now why this man dropped me off. He dropped me off, helped me with the bags inside. I'm in the queue to go and check in. The lady's like, no, sorry miss, the gate is closed. I'm like, what you mean the gate is closed? I'm not on the flight. The gate can't close. She's like, yeah, there's a certain time, check off time, and like you missed it. You should have at least be here like 1 hour before. I think at that point I was like 30 minutes before the flight. She's like, no. I'm like, no, I need to get on the flight. I need to get to Jamaica. It's not like one direct flight. So because to get to that place, I had to take like 3 other flights. So it's 4 flights in total to get there. And she's telling me no. I was there saying to her like, no miss, you don't understand, I need to get on the flight to go to Jamaica. And she was there like, no ma'am, no, you missed the flight. We can't allow anyone else to get on. And I wasn't comprehending one bit what she was saying. It seemed like she was talking parables to me. And then she like looks at the connecting flights and all of that, and then she's like, yeah, you're going to miss them all. What do you mean miss them all? So all that worked out for me, you know. Because in total, to get that flight, to book that ticket, round ticket, it was 900 US. So how that work out if I miss the flight? Go they come mention money to me. Go they say I had to pay 200 and something US. I just hear 200 and me just start ball. I want to just start coming on my face. I'm like, miss, I'm poor. I don't have no money. I came in this country to work some money. I don't have any money. And my entire family is at the airport. They're probably leaving out now to come and meet me at the airport. Like, how am I going to get home? I need to go home. I need to go home. I need to go home. Like, I was having a full mental breakdown. And she's like, no mom, there's nothing we can do for you. Like, the gate is closed. And she was like making some calls at this minute. But like, it just clocked to me like, I'm actually not going to be able to go. I'm stuck in Montana. How this work out for me now? I just walk off and leave all my luggage at the check-in desk. I just left them there. I just left them. I just go over to the seating area and I would just curl up. You know, in the fetal position? I was curled up in the fetal position. I didn't know what to do. I'm over there and then I come back like, can I go? Can I go? Can I go? I need to go on the flight. You're going to let the flight miss me? Because like at that time I was like 5 minutes to 1. I said, no ma'am, no. Do you want to pay for connecting like a different flight? Pay. I just told you I don't have no money whatsoever. And I showed her the phone. That I just bought. Like, I used all the money I made whilst I was here to buy the phone, which was a complete lie. But hear me out. I went on the work and travel program to make money. I'm not spending no additional money. No way, no Joe. No way, no how. None at all. My money already budget out. Every dollar I earn was budget out. And bear in mind, I had to give back my grandmother her money as well. So like, tell me how that worked now. I didn't factor in like paying for no like different flight. And you tell me 200 US. I think it was 200 and something US. She said to me like, it wasn't working out. And they kept coming to me like, oh, what's going to happen? Like, we have to book you the next flight. The next flight isn't until tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Mom, it's 1 o'clock now. It's 1 o'clock. And at this point, I didn't have no phone. Because all this while, like when I was at the mall, I was using the prepaid phone. You know, the little machine, the little telephone booths to call the hotel for the guy to get me back. Or we would try and connect to Wi-Fi to use Magic Jack. I think, is it Magic Jack? Yeah, so that's all we were calling the hotel to get the chauffeur to pick us up back. I'm at the airport now. There's no free Wi-Fi. How is this going to work out? I can't call nobody. Me ball. I just lay down. Like, I was still in the fetal position and like, I just cried. And I kept telling them like, oh, my entire family is like possibly on their way at the airport now, coming to meet me. Like, how is that going to work out? And like, if they turn back and they don't see me, they're going to be in panic. Like, if they come and they don't see me, they're going to be in panic and there's no way for them to contact me. And all of that. So by me saying all of that now, she was able to give me free Wi-Fi. She gave me free Wi-Fi, guys. I got the Wi-Fi, so she's like, oh, just try and contact your family and let them know what's going on, and also try and contact the hotel so they can possibly pick you up. Pick me up. The room I checked out of, more than likely they would have cleaned that so somebody else can check into it. They weren't expecting me to come back. And then I don't want to leave, and then they'll come back tomorrow and you guys tell me like, you can't check in again. Guys, I think I was there crying for the longest while. Like, at some point I got up and I was going back and forth to like, mom, aren't you going to let me on the flight? And she's like, oh, the flight is gone, the flight is gone. And like, the flight for tomorrow, there's only 8 seats left on it. So you need to decide what I want to do, what you want to do. I'm like, what do you mean I need to decide what I want to do? You prevented me from going onto that flight, and then no, you're telling me like I need to pay 200 US. I don't have no money, mom, I don't have no money. One thing about me, tears easy for come. I don't know why, but like as soon as it says something that like don't sit well with me, tears come. I bawl. I held on my head on the like the decks that she was at, and then she went away, and then she come back and she's like, oh, I'm going to try and sort out something for you. And I went away again. I left the bags at the check-in area, and then I went over the like left them at the check-in area, and I went again to sit down. And then whilst I was sitting down, she's like, oh ma'am, I'm here. And I peeped out. Like, what should I give me now? She had the tickets. She came and printed me some tickets for tomorrow. So earlier Goody was saying I can't get on the flight. I had to pay I can't get on the flight for tomorrow. I need to pay 200 US. And by me crying, well, I cried for like 1 hour. Goody print me a new ticket. So like, oh, they understand the situation, and she was able to give some like complimentary tickets or something like that. I don't know what it was exactly, but all I knew was that I got free Wi-Fi and I got my ticket to go back home. So the ticket she gave me was for the flight the following day, and that was at 8 o'clock. So from 1 until 8 o'clock the next morning, like after all that happened, I didn't want to leave the airport. I was there talking to my friend. I was telling like, oh shit, I'm stuck. I was updating them all on my situation. I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay here until tomorrow morning. So I was there chilling. Like, I went and got myself some snack because like it was a really small airport. So like after a certain time, there's no more flights coming in. There's no flights going out. Like all the restaurants and everything closed. So Goody just got herself comfortable. I think I ordered pizza and I got some juice from the vending machine, and I was just there waiting. The longest wait ever. And then, tell me why now, in the middle of the night, I think it was like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock thereabouts, my phone was going off, and it was my friend saying like, oh, Danela, do you want to go out with us? And oh, not so. Not fisha me. Like, yeah. You know, like initially I was like, yeah, I'm going to camp out, I'm not leaving. But then I was so excited when they said like, oh, Danela, come, do you want to go out? And who again? Who that come pick us up? Tyler, the chauffeur. I told you guys we use Tyler for everything. So I think we ended up going out to some bars, playing snooker and all of that. So I did enjoy myself. And then around 4 o'clock them times when we were leaving, they were like, oh, do you want to come to the hotel, just freshen up and like just go out again? I didn't want to chance it, guys. I didn't want to chance it. So I was in those set of clothes from the day before, but no, I'm like, just bring me back to the airport. So I went back to the airport and I was just there waiting again until it was check-in time. So you know, when it's check-in time for this one, I was the first in line. I was the first in line, and even the lady, she saw me and she was like, oh, everything's okay, enjoy your flight, hope to see you back soon. I'm like, I'm never coming back to Montana. Not because of the old scenario, but like I have no reason going back to that side of America. So my flight was like from Billings, Montana to Salt Lake, from Salt Lake to Atlanta, and from Atlanta to Montego Bay, Jamaica. But somebody explained to me why I didn't realize until I'm on the flight to Salt Lake that my connecting, like I had a layover, 17 hours layover Like, I was so annoyed. Like, good, there was nothing better you could have done for me. Like, 17 hours, that's practically an entire day. So I got to Atlanta now, got to my terminal, and I was there waiting. It felt like the longest wait ever. Longest. I slept, I woke up, I slept, I woke up. I had dinner, I had breakfast. Yeah. Oh, I should mention, like, on that, when I was in Atlanta, there was this big old bus as well, like big old bus, like everybody running. I'm like, what's going on? Chris Brown was in the place, so everyone was losing their mind. But go this stressed out, because imagine I was traveling from the Saturday, Sunday I was in Atlanta waiting until Monday. I finally reached Jamaica Monday afternoon. 3 days of traveling. 3 days. When I was going, it took me 1 day coming back, just because I missed a flight. 3 days. So I was in, good probably I was sore. I had to be like using the bathroom, like wiping up, and like, using a finger and brush your teeth, because to be honest, they did give me toothbrush on the flight, so grateful for that. But you had to be there like using the public bathroom. No, I cannot like understand when persons are homeless and they have to be like, you ever seen those scenes on TV when persons are homeless and they have to be like using the public bathroom to freshen up? That was me. So yeah, everyone was going crazy because Chris Brown was in the building, but like go to tired and stressed out. Luckily, before I even this whole scenario, I even knew of this scenario, like my friend was saying to me like, oh, Danela, just ensure you get a blanket, because I think prior to this I had like a 5-hour layover in Atlanta. 5 hours, so yeah, that was manageable. But 17 hours, that's the next story. So yeah, thank God for her. She was saying like, oh, just get a little blanket. So we did go Walmart prior to holidays and get a blanket at Walmart. So I'm grateful for that. So that's how I was even able to sleep, because I had my blanket, and then I just used my traveling bag as my little pillow and steps. And I did see my friend as well in Atlanta. So whilst I was going to board the flight, we were able to link up just for like a little 30 minutes. Yeah, so I did see her while I was about to take the connecting flight, because she finally reached from Salt Lake to Atlanta, and then she was just going to wait there for like 2 hours. So she was taking the following flight after mine. And guys, I don't know, I've never been so happy to step on Jamaica soil. Like, that was the happiest I've ever been to like be back in Jamaica, because like after all that rigmarole and crying and bawling and like, Goose was exhausted that come tired out. And then on top of that, I was living in Kingston at that time. So how did this go? Like, how did I get back home? Oh, I should let you guys know as well. When I was there crying like, oh, my family is waiting on me, Which family? I know family coming to pick me up. Like, my dad don't drive, my mom don't drive, nobody from me drive, but like, when you're in the trouble and the lights just spurting out your mouth. That was me. So I think I had to book one of those taxis from out front the airport. So I booked one of those taxis, and he was able to take me to Portmore, to my grandmother's place. So as soon as I reached back, I just wanted to pay off my debt. I didn't give a sit on the money any for no period of time. Pay up my debt. And then my dad was there as well, because he did go over to do some work on my grandma's place. So yeah, he was there as well. But that was the longest day ever. So thank God for my grandmother as well. You reach home and able to get like a nice cooked meal. Grateful for that. And then like I was just happy to be in my bed. Like when I finally reached my own place and hit my bed, that was such a relief finally take a shower, that was such a relief. So lesson learned from that experience, like anytime I'm going anywhere now, who is at the airport like 2 or 3 hours before? Me. Because and then every time tears I go work, and then every time like somebody is going to be understanding of my situation, so like I'm on time. I'm never missing a flight again. They say never still, but I'm trying my best to never miss a flight again, because not all the time tears can work. But I should mention, even though when I was coming here, like my bag, the lady was saying like, oh, my carry-on is a bit too big, and like I just started saying the same thing again, like, mom, I don't have no money to pay for this bag as a extra luggage. Like, what am I going to do? I don't have no way around this. Like, I need this bag to go on. And like, I was just there giving her like a little sad face. And she's like, oh, one of your bag is underweight. I can just bring this on as an additional luggage. I don't know if it was because it was premium economy or what, but that bag went on as an extra luggage. I didn't have to pay no extra for it or anything like that. So this pitiful face, it does wonder at the airport. Like, my husband at times will be like, oh, I can't cry and get myself out of no situation like you. But to each his own. If that works, it works. So yeah guys, that's my little story time for you on how I finessed my way into getting a free flight. So until next time, walk good, take care, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.